What's up, everybody? We'll give folks a few minutes. My man JD is running a little bit late. So we'll let things marinate here for a second. Hope everybody's doing all right. Hope everybody's good. Just got confirmation from JD that he's a bit hung up on some business. So no worries, we'll hold it down. We'll hold it down in the meantime. Post Kings, what's up, man? A lot to talk about tonight, man. There's a lot going on tonight. I'm trying to knock out these. You guys ever want to send me anything? These things right here are the best. Jalapeno stuffed olives. It's just the greatest. Jalapeno stuffed olives are the greatest thing invented by mankind. So pretty much a lot of stuff going on this week. Obviously the big topic tonight is going to be around when we're talking a lot of grading tonight, everybody knows about the big blockbuster deal that happened over this past week. So we'll see what's going on there. Somebody told me to make this into a reel. How do I make this into a reel? I'll figure that out. Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about the SGC deal. I want to talk a little bit about something that just came across as I was kind of answering some DMs and stuff like that. One of the Victor Wembanyama cards that, of course, everybody and their mother's chasing right now was pulled. One of the bigger chase cards was pulled, and it was sent to an oddball grading company. And I say oddball, I mean I don't mean any disrespect there, but it's definitely an oddball grading company. So I'm gonna share this with everybody so y'all can see kind of what's going on. Here we go. So the Victor Wembanyama Black Gold Prism, which I would imagine is probably about $100,000 to $150,000 card right now, was pulled by a collector. No telling who pulled it. I don't think it was documented who pulled it. Sends it to AGS, and the comments are hilarious. I personally think it was, and again, a lot of people are calling this guy crazy, but it's all about what you want out of your cards, right? Like, I think AGS for the most part, and I haven't done any research on these guys whatsoever, so I don't know their background, but from what I understand, it's 100% like robo graded. That's just music and stuff, but 100% robo graded. I just don't know if I'm sending my card there to get graded, man. I mean, Don't get me wrong. I mean, I respect for the the company and all, but he said Victor Wembanyama was pulled. The collector didn't want to risk its grade with human grading and chose AGS to get a fair and transparent grade, and he was rewarded by getting a fair grade of 9.5. I mean, that's great that he got a 9.5. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think a 9, that card and a 9 and a PSA 9 would have done numbers, massive numbers. And apparently there's a lot of comments in here. A lot of people were making comments in here, but one of the things that somebody said is, well, now it's not worth $100,000. And I think AGS replied to this guy and said the owner of the card was offered $70,000 cash before the grade, and he didn't even consider the offer. He said it's worth $100K currently if you look at other comps. I'm not sure I agree with that. It would have cost quite a bit to grade. Hey, what's up, partner? I got no mic on you. Just you're working through your stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. Here's another interesting one that I saw. Somebody said $100K from a trusted grading source like PSA and SGC. So apparently PSA and SGC now is a trusted grading source after they sold the collectors. But I don't know, man. Just weird. I mean, again, we're in this situation where the card, not the grade, right? And it's like, it's just weird. It's just super weird. I believe he was offered $70K cash raw. I believe that. That I believe. But saying that it's worth $100K right now, I don't.
What up?
What up, son?
Sorry, man.
No, you're all good, brother. You're good.
Running like 35 different things here at the same time.
Trust me, bro. We've had talks. We know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. So what's up, man? What are we doing tonight? Welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome 18 people. Wow.
Already in the mix. We're coming in hot, son.
I spoke with 16 people. Damn it.
Wow, see? That's what.
So, dude, we got a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about.
I know. I kind of prefaced on my page, or my channel, I should say, not my page. What I think this is. Clear the mechanism. So hang on, Ben. What the hell was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. So I prefaced on my page earlier this week that you were on fire, and I've watched, and
you said I was on fire.
Yeah, about SGC.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm lit up.
I've listened to a few different takes. I've talked to Bobbles quite a bit. Bobbles would be, Bobbles is the only other guy in this kind of space that,
right,
especially with SGC, knows what the hell's going on.
Right.
To a degree, right? None of us really know. None of us know the contracts and the deal or anything like that. But I get your frustration, and I'm ready to listen to you lose your shit, and we'll go from there. Welcome, and Ben, here's the deal, man. Clear the mechanism will come back when Adam gets back from overseas. He is on the hunt.
He's out there protecting our freedoms right now.
Yep. So
shout out.
I don't have a partner.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, shout out to Big Gertz.
What up, man?
He's the man. Yeah, so if you guys have been living under a rock, well, so hold on before we jump into that, because that's gonna be a funky conversation. What are your thoughts on this situation right here?
I saw that.
I mean, the guy hits what's essentially Willy Wonka's golden ticket here, right?
Yep.
And decides to send it off to get graded at AGS.
Who the hell is that?
That was my reaction too, bro. I mean, like that was my reaction too. And apparently this company, all there is just 100% robo grading. So like they show the video here where they scanned it and it's, just completely robo grading. No by the
All
way,
right, no human at all.
I'm loving the whole the loyalty to the Bucky's hat is just
I'm not taking that. I love Bucky's.
It's hitting me in the feels as a Texan.
Good. Good. Jay Wilson, I appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for watching on my channel. Hobby Champs. Did you get your slab pack yet, bro? So I honestly here, like,
so did he waste his money or not?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, technically, yes, but
I think so.
I mean, you're buying that as a raw card in that slab, right?
Yeah, that's value wise. Yes,
that's what everybody's going to do, right? If I own that card in that slab and I posted that for sale, everybody and their mother is going to hammer me with comments. What the hell is this? Why did you do that? Da, 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 this, that, the other thing. And then they're going to DM me and like, listen, man, like I'll give you like, if it's $100,000 card, that offer me $3. So
yeah. I'm with
Canada.
I'm with Maple Fade on this one.
Yeah, Maple Fade. Good. Maple Fade, you're probably spot on there, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Either that or they or the owners just bought it flat out. You know what I mean?
Graded it probably. Yeah. That's actually, I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, the owners of AGS buying that.
I've never even heard of this company.
And then what's going to happen is they're going to sell it, right? And he's going to sell it for like they're going to sell it for $100,000.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go, "Hey, we're up there with the big guys." Right? It's like, "No, you're not."
Listen, I like the I don't know anything about it. But
I don't know anything about it either, honestly.
I like it. I mean, I'd be curious, like how do they set the machine up, and what is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Right. What are the details behind this?
Maybe this person or this company is watching tonight, and they want to come on and talk about it. I'm always down. Like, here's the thing, too, man. Like,
I would love to have them on. That would be great.
I don't really care about. I like innovation. I like new companies. I like people trying to, do something right. And it's like River always says to us, which I always think is a good reminder sometimes. Like, we don't need to be the biggest company in the world. We just need to be profitable.
We just need to do it right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is interesting. I mean, it looks like they put some they clearly spent some money.
For sure. Oh wow,
and I'll tell you this much. Like, if they can, first off, the slab is hideous.
The slab is not doing them any favors.
But
the what do you call it? The label, the flip? What do you call it? The flip? Yeah,
the flip.
Not doing them any favors.
Horrendous.
Especially after
from that one scan and whatever they're doing there, right? Like, yeah, what happens if that machine screws up though and eats your card?
Oh, buddy, that's not even.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there some kind of insurance policy on that?
Seriously, doubt it.
I mean, hey, whatever. I mean, I Maple Fade's right. That's got to be either an investor in the company, the owner,
somebody. Yeah.
Something. You know what I mean?
Global's in the house. What's going on, man? Jason's in the house.
What's going on?
Yeah, everybody's in here. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go,
dude. All right, so this is pissing me off now, right here, dude. Hobby Champs won the slab pack from Arena Club, and it took forever to get.
He got the code though, right? Yeah.
But like
Okay.
this should be a separate thing. They should open something up for him. Maybe can you reach out?
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
see
have
what's
any.
up.
I don't have any pull. This is BS that he still hasn't gotten this thing.
So here's what I'll tell you is that I did some promo stuff for them and I got a code as well, and I have yet to be able to redeem my code. So
really?
it's a code thing. I mean, they can't because
it does look like that does look like it was made in my garage.
I'm not a big fan of their.
All right, well, as long if you're still waiting, then so
yeah, that's kind of the thing. So Hobby Champ, the thing is that the way that they do these releases on the slab packs, it's all in order for them to keep it transparent, which is the one thing that I like about the way they do these releases. It's all in sections, right? So they wouldn't be able to reserve one for you because you have to pull out of the randomizer. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be part of the randomizer activity in order for everything to be on the up and up, right? They couldn't just go like, oh, let's give Omar a slab pack and like, oh, here you go, Omar. Well, if there's no pool of cards for this randomizer to pull from,
all right.
That's kind of how that works, right? So,
Hobby,
just hang tight, Hobby.
I don't care. You know what I mean? It's something I don't care. I just want to make sure. Like I know Maple Fate got his case. Did we got? I gotta talk to Zach. Did anybody get that hobby box?
No. So Zach actually hit me up, and nobody has claimed the hobby box yet. So
we're gonna do another giveaway tonight. We're gonna do a giveaway tonight.
I think we'll do it again. We'll do it again tonight.
We're gonna do it tonight before the show ends. So there's 30 people watching. We're creeping up with the people that are watching. Stay tuned to the end because at the end we are going to give away a hobby box of 2023 Topps Chrome Black.
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
And it's going to take me 45 minutes to figure out a giveaway, but I'll figure something out.
Well, so what? I mean, we can set up. We can do the giveaway right from the chat. We could do a chat giveaway.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah. So I know he wanted to do the comment on the first page and all that stuff, but nobody's hitting us back. So
I think it's all good. We're gonna do a trivia question or something like that, and then that's it. So that's it. We're giving it away. I mean, it is what it is. All right. So here's the deal. Fantasy baseball coming up.
Fantasy baseball.
I've been running the same league for.
Yeah, you're in a dynasty league, right?
Yeah, we've been in this league for 20 years. I won it 2 years ago, and now my team sucks. And I'm like trying to do keepers at the same time because they're due. And I don't even know. I am pretty much better off keeping you at this point, over some of the guys I got in my team. So
that's the bad thing about those dynasty leagues, man.
Yeah. Ohtani not being able to pitch kills me too. So whatever. All right. So let's get into welcome everybody. Weekly pickups back. Yeah, you know what, Josh? Here's the thing. We need some weekly pickups to actually show them. I haven't been buying any. Actually, today I dropped a lot. So next podcast next week, I will have some weekly pickups.
Josh, I'll do one real quick because I did.
I got a couple.
I have been buying a few things, oddball things, and they're going to seem odd. I don't know if I talked about these last time, but I picked up these two RPAs of Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
I really like this kid. He's really good. He's playing on the Knicks. He's balling out of control on the Knicks.
No, I don't have a filter bobbles. I wish I did.
This is good. I like. No, your face does that from time to time.
What? It goes like.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah,
like it widens out.
Camera.
Yeah. Camera's kind of weird. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's a
Bobbles.
camera.
Bobbles. JD is on one of those Logitech cameras from like the one that looked like a softball from like 1999. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I can see it. It's like wavy.
Yeah.
I see it too.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's probably why it echoed the other night. And who the hell knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. We need to get him straightened out. He won't. He JD doesn't have He doesn't want to upgrade the camera, but that's all right.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get
I
him
need to
straightened out.
buy one. Yeah, I can see that now. Now, thanks, Bobbles. That's gonna
Now it's
drive me
bothering
nuts
you.
tonight. God damn it.
I got a funny story about that. So my cousins, they're all big tech guys. I mean, they're like super tech nerds. They know like the latest and greatest. They're always, they're PC builders, they're home theater builders. They know the best of the best, right? And everybody's over at my house. We're watching a UFC fight, or we're watching an F1 race or something. And my cousin goes, "Hey man, have you always had that blue smudge on your screen?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, like the whole bottom corner of your screen is blue. Like, have you noticed that?" And I'm like, "No. What are you talking about?" And he walks over and he's like, "Look, it's right here. Like, if you like from here on to this corner, there's a blue tint to your screen, and then up in the right hand corner, there's a blue tint to your screen." And I'm like, "No, I never noticed that." And I was like, "But you're right." And I'm like, "You son of a bitch! You just cost me $2,000."
Yeah.
Because now I can't unsee it, and now it bothers the ever living shit out of me. And he was absolutely right. And so his brother goes, "Dude, you're kind of a jerk for like pointing that out." He goes, "I saw that like a year ago, and I just didn't want to say anything." And I'm like, "What the hell, man? Like you guys are just letting me sit here with just this bad looking screen. I'm inviting everybody over to watch games and shit, and like nobody's had anything. You guys are just gonna leave me." It's like if you're walking around the street with like a booger hanging out of your nose, nobody tells you anything. It's like, what the hell, man?
Or something in your teeth and no one says anything.
Yeah. Long story short, I went down to Best Buy and spent $2,000 on a brand new TV, but kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I do need to upgrade my camera because like yours is all clear, and I look at mine and it's all like gangster.
Yeah, look, Hobby Champ said the same thing. See, it's unanimous, bro. You gotta get that. You gotta get that camera upgraded.
Yeah, I wish I was beautiful. I wish I was. I don't know. It does that. I don't know why it does that.
That's what I picked up. A couple of Dante DiVincenzo. He's really cheap right now. I think he's a good player. He's really good buy. Oh, and I also did pick up a Topps Dynasty 1 of 2. 1 of 2. Fred Vasseur, team principal now of Ferrari. If you know anything about F1, he just pulled off one of the greatest moves in F1 history.
The one that picked up? Did they sign?
Yeah. That's the guy. That's the guy that made it happen.
And what's in there? What's the pieces?
It's his. It's like one of the polos that they wear when they're on race.
Yeah.
This is Topps Dynasty. I mean, this is top tier shit.
Is that fire retardant material?
No. So you think of racing suits?
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just trying to show you I know a couple things about racing.
Yeah. So I picked this up. I picked it up for $100, which is, I mean, instantly people started pulling all their Fred Vasseur stuff off and then relisting it with like new prices and like new titles that say
Lewis Hamilton's daddy.
Yeah. Team principal of Ferrari and like all this other shit. And it's like, SGC collector is in the house. He's gonna love our conversation coming up. We got some dude.
Oh my god, here he is,
dude.
Birdie.
Speaking of Love Is Blind, have you watched that show yet?
I had one pickup. I got a Roman Anthony Bowman's best prospect, best of 23 autograph, Red Sox prospect. I got another one of those. I spent some cash this morning. There was a good question up here. Here we go. What do y'all think of O'Neal Cruz cards for this year? Here's what I think of O'Neal Cruz cards. Great buy low opportunity right now. So if you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan or you're looking to speculate on some cheap stuff right now, that's a guy I'd go get.
O'Neal Cruz, huh?
There's I've been looking around at trying to find some. I'll tell you who like. It's crazy that the big market Boston Red Sox have become like a JV operation, but they've got some good young offensive talent that I'm pretty high on. They have no pitching, so they're not going to win a lot of games, but offensively, like they should still hit. So the Sox have some good young talent that people aren't paying attention to. Like I'm trying to stay away from the Orioles, the Junior Camaneros of the world, all these guys that. Who's the other guy in Texas? Wyatt Langford. Guys that are like red hot. I'm not hopping on that train. I want to look for Like guys like O'Neal Cruz. Who's another guy, and people don't like pitchers, but I think a guy like Lucas Giolito, pitcher now for the Red Sox, he went through some personal crap last year. He was terrible, and he's not a bad pitcher. You can make a couple bucks on him if that's what you're looking to do.
99
if he throws strikes, you know what I mean? The guy's still going to perform. But I was looking at some of his stuff last night. But I've been really picking up like Roman Anthony, Tristan Cassis, and then just 90s stuff. So
O'Neal Cruz,
I like it. I like
card jersey to 35 and a PSA 8.
Yeah. I like the O'Neal Cruz. I do like the play. I think the dude's got a ton of talent. He's like 6'7", 107 pounds. So, he needs to hook up with A-Rod and take some roids. But other than that, he's not bad. He throws the shit out of the ball.
Cruz. I'm assuming that's who Hobby Champ's talking about.
Who? Ellie. Ellie's another one, man. Like the Reds.
But he's already kind of hot though, isn't he?
Yeah, everybody's hot to trot in the Reds. I mean, Matt McClain cards are like friggin' red hot. You can actually, I was looking today because I was loading Bowman's Best in the card hedge, and Matt McClain is selling higher than like Gunnar Henderson on some prices, which is crazy. I don't know. I mean, I think Gunnar Henderson's a better player, but Matt McClain can flat out rake too. So this guy right here from Pittsburgh, I don't know, man, Lon. I was like closet collecting him a little bit last year because I thought the same thing. Pittsburgh, I think, is one of those teams where they're really close. I think Skeens is going to be up by June. I think they're a couple pitchers away from really being competitive, but they've got some good young talent. I'm a big fan of Brian Reynolds. I think Pittsburgh has just been starved for something exciting baseball season. The park is beautiful. It's a solid fan base. So I don't know. That's a team that there's some good pieces to speculate on, for sure. Guys I'm staying away from play for like the Angels and the Rockies, teams like that have zero shot at anything. Yeah, see, now that damn Red thing is doing it, and I'm losing my mind.
You talking about the camera?
Yeah. God damn it, Bobbles.
Do you have like an autofocus thing or something? I think that may be it.
I don't know.
Like kind of autofocus on your face or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably. Who gets the Red Bull drive next season? Oof, man.
Yeah, Tamar Johnson. Is it Tamar or Tamar? I don't know. We could talk. I can talk baseball the rest of the night. Omar, and it'd be like if Omar started talking racing, though. It's not fair to the old co-host.
I just don't know shit about baseball. That's my problem.
So let's finish. Let's get going. Let's get into this. I know you've been waiting to talk SGC, PSA buying SGC, and I think we have very differing opinions on this. So this should be pretty good. So you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You start.
All right, I'll start. I don't care. I don't care.
That's the simple truth. You don't give a shit.
Let me say this. I've been out on SGC for a good year. I haven't graded any cards with them. I got sick of the, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And nothing ever came. Nothing. It took forever to get an app. It took forever for this. They were saying, we're going to get a registry. We're going to do this.
That's all we've gotten is an app.
There was a new label coming again for the, there was this, there was that. So that stuff to me, matters.
Yeah.
I will say, from the time I started, I found them on my own. I didn't even know SGC existed when I got back into collecting. I I like the black slab. I sent an Anthony Davis 2012 Prism was the USA basketball card down there.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first card I sent in to get graded. It got an SGC 9.5. I really like the look of it, blah, blah, blah. Then I found baubles, and the rest is history. But at the end of the day, while they've made I think they've made major gains in 4 years. It's just, I get frustrated when I know like that card is they grade a card at 10. That card's a 10.
Yeah.
And it's, if it's $100 in a PSA 10, why are we settling for $50? You know what I mean? Why are we not getting $80 or why are we, so whatever. I'm very, very, very curious here what they're going to do. What does PSA do, right? Because now they own, and I'm sure they spent a pretty penny to buy them.
I'm sure.
I'm guessing, if I had to guess, Bobbles and I were talking about this, 50 to $100 million.
Sure.
So everybody got themselves a nice, payday and whatnot.
For sure.
But now the question becomes, with PSA controlling what they control, what do you do with SGC? Because
SGC's
to
dead.
me, no, I don't think
SGC's
so.
dead, bro.
No, they're not. Because here's the thing:
how do they coexist?
If they kill off SGC right away, you piss off.
I'm not saying they're going to kill them off right away, but
no. But so I think if they have some, and again, this is speculation because I don't know any of this crap, so I'm just making it up. But if they've had some dialogue with Nat and Dave and Pete and whoever, right? Maybe they've got some ideas of like, listen, we're gonna change the slab look. We're gonna keep the tux thing, but we want to look at like more a little PSA thing. I keep reading some stuff about crossing SGC grades to PSA. I don't think Nat Turner ever allows that.
no,
So that's
never in a
never going to
million
happen
years.
because he's costing his own wallet millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So like he's going to want you to pay to cross your grade, regardless of the fact that it's owned by, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, other than that, like I'm curious, I don't know, but I think like Contender, Maple Fade, that's a smart ass plan right there. I did just hear Mike O with Scott, Big Scott and Bobbles and Carlos were on. And Mike O made a really good point. Vintage slabs, pre-war slabs in SGC holder, I think are fine. And I agree with Mike. He said, Mike's been doing this longer than I have consistently, right? And I tend to agree with him. I think the vintage stuff is okay. Now, if you own like, if I had a Bowman's Best Auto in an SGC slab, I'm either cracking it and sending it to PSA or I'm selling it and moving on with my life. I don't, I don't know. I mean, if you buy them though, right? If I give you $100 million for your company, I gotta recoup my 100 mil. So how do I do that? Right? There's got to be a way. Now, some of it, like I think some of it again has to do with Florida's very favorable tax, income tax, and things like that. Right?
Yeah. No,
California's got to be like top one worst states in the country to do anything in.
The worst state. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there could be that piece of it too. Maybe
I never thought about that. That's a really good point.
So there's a lot of different reasons. You know what I mean? I don't know, but again, obviously it was worth it for PSA, for Nat and collectors to buy, and it was worth it for Dave and his company to sell. And ultimately, if SGC is not here next year at this time, I won't be shocked. If they are, I actually might be a little shocked, to be honest with you.
I don't think SGC makes it out of 2024.
All right. Well, you have about more experience in this crap than me, so I just don't. If I'm gonna grade, I'm gonna send it to PSA anyway. As frustrating as that is, I don't. I like CGC, but just what's
the point?
What's the point? They
What's the point?
CGC did too much too quick with
Right.
the slab design, like the flip, the grading. Then they
CGC,
changed
PSG,
grading, then this.
Yeah, they did too much. There was too much moving around, too much back and forth there for me to keep up with. I did
think
send them.
Like, part of me wonders with CGC, they were directly trying to compete with SGC.
Right.
So, and that failed.
Yes.
Right? They failed miserably.
Yeah.
So if I'm them, right, they're a massive company, massive. So they can survive, getting 12 cards a month. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? Because they're still getting a ton in the TCG. But like, this is like, if SGC is going to stick around, like, does SGC, does Nat say, hey, we're cutting SGC to $10 a card, and that's the standard thing, and PSA is going to be 18? I don't know, man. I'm just throwing crap out there. I don't know. Nobody knows.
I don't see SGC. But... Yeah, I think SGC's done. I don't think Nat bought them out to partner with them. I don't see that being any benefit to PSA at all, right? And I'm pretty sure they spent a pretty penny. And even if there's no reason for them to stay on board, there's no reason for them to keep the PSA name and the SGC name under the same umbrella. It makes no sense for them to do that.
Yeah,
the SGC is a direct competitor to PSA. And if you look at what they've been buying over the last couple of years, is they've been acquiring pieces to the puzzle. They're not buying the same thing. I think this was a bid to buy the competition before the real competition bought the competition. Right? There's a lot of speculation that this was a deal to take SGC off the market so that Fanatics didn't get their hands on them.
Yeah.
Take SGC off the market so that there wasn't a merger perhaps with another company that could make them potentially stronger. This was a very strategic move by collectors to take SGC off the market so that there isn't any more competition. So
sure, because I mean, if SGC got bought by Fanatics, PSA had a real problem on their hands.
100%. 100%. Because then you have real money behind SGC.
I will say this. I thought about this the other day, since we've been, talking and whatnot. If Fanatics buys Beckett, and Beckett's like -3 cents on the dollar right now, and Fanatics loves that crap.
Yeah,
they could resurrect that brand. And I know Michael Rubin watches this show religiously. Yeah. So,
I'm still waiting on my invitation to the white party, by the way.
What up, Mike? Yeah, no, I didn't get mine either. So, I did have my white on though tonight, just in case. But I think that's something to watch. They're not buying CGC, BlackRock, or whoever. They've got mad cash.
CGC is on much bigger umbrella.
So it'll be interesting though, because I think that was the first shots fired. Fanatics, that was the first you know what that was? And I don't, you know what? I can't do that to Rocky Balboa, but I'm gonna. If Fanatics is like Drago and just coming in and crushing people, right? PSA just gave him the counter punch where he cuts him. You know what I mean? The Russians cut. So not that it necessarily matters, but if that was the play behind closed doors and Fanatics was looking to buy SGC, Michael Rubin is not going to sit there and go, "Oh, okay, yeah, well, that we tried and whatever." He'll just go buy BGS.
This is laughable.
HGA. Huh?
So look,
they're back to selling fertilizer.
Yeah. And
there's some serious baseball questions tonight, dude. I love this.
So look, here's the thing about why initially when I heard that they were selling. I thought that this was going to be, I thought for sure this is hostile takeover. They got bought out. You know, man, that sucks. You know, what really pissed me off and really set me on was the video that Peter did, where he's going to sit there and say that SGC selling to collectors is that they did that with the collectors and the hobby's best interest in mind. How in the fuck?
Yeah, no, they didn't.
How in the fuck does that even remotely make sense?
Well, it goes back to what I always say. It's not a lie if you believe it. You know what I mean?
And the thing about it is that like I don't know, man. I just because you and I have talked to Peter. I've talked to Peter a couple times. I've had him on a couple times. We've talked through some stuff, and then even you and I, after we had our interview with him, looked back and was like, we sat. I think we even sat with him for like 20, 30 minutes after the interview, like just to talk with him.
We had a long conversation.
And dude, like, I was 100% in on SGC, like, but I was in on Peter more than anything. I was like, I love this guy. I think he's right for the hobby. He's what we need. A guy that's really about making sure that his company is servicing the hobby correctly, the collectors. They're already great at the customer service piece of things. They're already great at the grading piece of these things. They're doing all the right things, making all the right moves. They're promising all this stuff, right? The registry. They're promising a really good pop report. They're promising an app. They're promising like all this stuff. And I'm like super pumped. I'm like, this is great. We're going to get all these things. They're finally going to be not a competitor to PSA, but an alternative to PSA. For those folks like myself that don't want to go to PSA, I don't want to go to PSA. Yep. I want something different. I want something else. I want another player in the game. And he was setting up the stage with all these promises for all this stuff that SGC was going to do, and that they were going to do it all for the hobby, and it was going to be great. I was waiting for everything. I got super excited when they put out the app, which, let's face it, the app, I mean, just like super
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't. The app is basically the website on an app.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It wasn't anything great. I was like, okay, all right. Okay, cool. Thanks. You gave us an app. This is cool. I still have to log in to a web browser to like log in. And it just,
pain in the ass.
It felt kind of clunky. It felt like it got released before it should have gotten released. And it makes sense why it got released so quick, because they had to do something, right? To make things happen. Then he's talking about the registry. He's talking about like this upgraded pop report, just all this stuff. And I'm like, this is great. This is great. They deliver on absolutely nothing and then sell out. They deliver on absolutely jack shit and then sell out.
Yeah, but
and then have the balls to jump online and go, we did this with the hobby in mind. Get all the way the fuck out of here. No, you did not.
Who did they sell out to?
They sold out to collectors.
I'm genuinely curious.
They sold to collectors. They sold to the competition, to the one people that they were supposed to be the alternative to.
But here's the thing. They're privately owned.
100%. Okay, so there's another piece of that where I completely agree with you. Business is business. I love capitalism. Capitalism is great.
I look at it like this, right? That like
Peter made a bag. Everybody made a bag.
Yeah. I'm assuming that the dude that owns Dave there, Foreman, who owns SGC, I'm assuming he lives in Florida. And I'd be willing to bet he probably has like a boat. So let's say he's sitting on his boat. He made himself a margarita, little, on the rocks with some salt. He's hanging out in his Bahama Mama shirt, whatever. He's got his little hat on, sunscreen, the zinc, whatever. And he gets a call, and he's like, "Hey, we'll give you, I don't know, $80 million for SGC." Yeah, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Because
I'm not mad at this.
His responsibility is to himself. He owns it.
I disagree. Not when you not when you've been promising shit.
He never promised anything.
No, but Peter did.
Yeah, but that's different though.
How is that different? He owns the company.
Peter just doesn't own the company.
Who doesn't own the company?
Peter.
Of course he doesn't. The guy that owns the company is another guy. I'm talking about Peter.
Dave. Peter is the GM, bro.
I understand that. Completely agree.
He's the marketing guy. He's the GM.
I get all of that.
You know what I mean? So
I get all of that.
He wears like 30 hats.
I understand that.
The guy, Dave, dude, he's sitting there going, "Oh yeah, I'm bored. Time to sell."
Yeah, I completely agree.
So Peter, for all we know, Peter could have been really trying to do all that crap. He might be pissed behind closed doors, bro.
Nah, well, if he is, he certainly didn't come off that way on that fucking video.
You can't because it's business. He's gonna keep.
Why not? The company's sold. What loyalty does he have, and what does he have to uphold?
Maybe part of it was he's got a job with collectors now. You can't go out in a blaze of glory if you still got a job to do.
Nah, I think the entire time that I was an SGC collector was or an SGC like where I was rooting for him.
Yep.
They completely
I think it's safe to say you were a fanboy.
Like I was a fanboy. Listen, I was a fanboy when it wasn't
SGC on your nips.
I still got the tattoo. Now I got to go pay to get the tattoo removed, which fucking sucks. You know.
And Bobbles owns half the company, so he obviously made out in this deal too. People used to give him crap that he was like some inside con man. You know what? Like what? You know what I mean?
It just pisses me off, man. Like I said, I think what pissed me off the most was the video, dude. Like the video is like, come on, man.
I get it.
Don't fucking insult people's intelligence like that. Don't do that. There's no way.
Yep.
There is no discernible way that you can sit here and tell me that SGC selling to collectors is somehow better for the hobby. SGC is going to be gone in a year, dude. And going into 2025, SGC is gone. There's no reason for Nat to hold on to that brand. For what?
Yeah.
There's zero reason to hold on to that brand.
Yeah, I listen, I tend to agree with you. Like I don't see them if they're like I said, if they're still here this time next year, I would be shocked. But listen, the other thing is this, right? Nat Turner's made billions of dollars. He's a smart dude.
Right.
I'm sure he's like figured some stuff out before he made an offer of like what they're gonna do. And again, it could just be as simple as you're buying the competition. You're in oil, you're in gas, whatever.
Yeah,
You've seen it a lot. You buy these cell phone companies do it all the time, right? Negatron was talking about his company. They buy all these other companies and they all fall under the umbrella of whatever his national whatever Enquirer he works for or whatever. But like I totally can see this. I can see SGC being here. I can see SGC not being here. At the end of the day, all profits funnel back up into collectors. So I do think those SGC loyalists that were with SGC for the brand and all of that good stuff.
Oh, I'm out.
Aren't sticking around.
I'm out.
But again, here's the thing, Omar. And I hate to say it like this, 7% of the grading industry was SGC. So if that's if 78% or whatever they figured out by gem rate there, if you had 100 people and you take 7 of them out of the lineup, right, of whatever, you still get 78 people sitting there grading with PSA.
Oh, I agree. But that's my point, though. Half of my point is that in and of itself, right? They were being generous, being completely generous. They were 10% of the market.
Yeah, they weren't though.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Though. Like,
I'll give it to you.
Let's just say that, right? Let's just yeah. Let's just say that they were 10% of the market.
Yeah.
And the problem is that they were 10% of the market because they weren't doing all of these things, right? They had no registry, they had no real engagement. There was nothing there that made grading with SGC, fun, right? I mean, it was cool. You got great customer service. You got great turnaround times. That was their claim to fame when they first arrived on the scene, was their turnaround times, their great customer service. All these things was great.
Yeah.
And then they were supposed to build on that, right? They were supposed to build the registry. They were supposed to build all these things that was going to make it great to submit with SGC. And they did none of that. They talked about it for years, right? They talked about it, and they didn't do shit, right? And then out of the blue, they just sell, right? They just absolutely sell out and sell. So then those of us that have been sitting around for the last 2 years, like myself, who have been complete loyalists to SGC and really rooting for them to take the next step and start offering some of these really like extracurricular things that we as SGC collectors can now do. I mean, my man SGC collector, his name is the namesake of who he is SGC collector, right?
Yes.
Like there's people that really went the mile, right? Like we really, I was talking about them when I was getting laughed at for sending my cards over there. I was getting laughed at. People were like, "What the hell are you doing? That's so stupid. Send it to PSA." I'm like, I'm not waiting for PSA. I think they're a piece of shit company, and I'm gonna go with these guys because I think they're pretty good and their turnaround times are quick. Then they fucking sell, and what are we left with, right? Like we're left with nothing. We can't go anywhere. We have to go to PSA now because they're completely sold out. They've completely sold out. They leave us no alternatives. I'm not saying that they were the competition or they were gonna David and Goliath PSA. They were just somewhere else for us to go.
So what if you just start? What if that 7% just says screw it, we're going FCG or CGC now, right? I mean, the logical choice is CGC.
Yeah, but I don't like CGC.
Why?
Because I don't like, the only thing I like about CGC is their acrylic. Like that's it.
They came out the blocks with like everything else, all the tech. They got all the tech in the world, all the shit that you're talking about. You want an SGC to do, they have it.
Yeah, but their roots aren't in grading baseball cards. Their roots aren't in grading.
They brought the dudes over from Beckett.
Yeah, but that's my point though. They haven't. SGC was doing shit like way before this whole boom came around, right? Like SGC was in the mix years before it was, before the pandemic.
They've been around since the 90s, like 98.
CSG came around when the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. They didn't give a shit about sports cards. They didn't give a shit about the hobby. They didn't give a shit about anything. They cared about comic books.
They saw an opportunity.
They saw an opportunity. They started building something, and they came from scratch.
Started playing Wu-Tang, cash rules everything around me, and then here we go.
Exactly. It was a big money grab, and that's why it didn't work out for them.
Yep.
And I still don't think it's worked out for them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, and so that's my point. SGC was doing.
I'm just trying to throw some options out there, man.
No, I'm with you. But
so what do you do? If you're gonna grade, you got to grade with PSA.
I have no choice.
Because Beckett, dude, BGS is like $40 a card. I'm like, are you guys on crack?
Beckett is.
What is this?
Nobody cares about
$40 to grade with you.
Listen, and let me tell you something. Beckett is in my backyard, bro. I could drive 2 hours up the road when I go and drop off with Beckett if I wanted to. I'm not grading with Beckett. I mean, it's like Beckett is the kid that's at school that's in the corner eating glue. Like nobody gives a shit about Beckett. Nobody's.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. All right, let's see what's going on here in the comments, man.
Listen, there's 40 people in the room still. If you guys are here and you haven't hit the like button on the stream, please
hit the like,
because that helps us out quite a bit with letting everybody know.
Yeah, I hear you, SGC collector.
Just great with CGC and SGC changes. If SCG changes,
I'm not sending my cards to BGS because it's $40 a card to grade. Or it's like 25. It's so much more than everybody else.
It's 25 to grade with them without subgrades. Yeah. And then if you want subgrades, it's like an extra $10 or some shit like that.
Their pricing structure they're out of touch. Like they need to be at BGS needs to drop to $10. They've got so much work to do. That's why I think Fanatics comes in and buys them and drops
like pennies on the dollar.
You know what I mean? What's to say? It's bullshit if SGC go next year. I'd be pissed because
Because SGC is faster than PSA. I think PSA works together with SGC, but PSA can
Yeah,
help
but
SGC
SGC
market.
is faster because they're not getting nearly the amount of cards that PSA is. So it's all going to become part of PSA, whether that becomes the vintage branch and the pre-war branch, or you know what I mean. The New Jersey becomes like the whatever branch, and the California branch is the other branch, and this branch and that branch.
You
That's
know
what
what I
they're going
think is
to do.
going to happen? I think that's
Satellite.
what's going to happen. I think SGC is going to become the vintage.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. That's what they're known for. That's what they're good at. They're good at grading cards.
It's going to be
like
PSA.
it doesn't matter, modern or old, vintage, whatever. They're good at grading cards. They do a great job. You know what I mean? Like, I still say they could have gained more market share if they cut that slab down just a tad. And
if they did something, yeah.
Whatever.
I think that's what I'm more pissed off about, is that they didn't really do anything to try to make themselves more appealing and gather more market share.
Dukes, man, I don't know, man. PSA is turning cards around quick right now.
Like, they really are. I was just
going to
comment on that.
4 to 6 months.
No, you're not. You're waiting 2 months on the high end, and that's calendar.
Right.
Yeah.
Pulled a sweet Hakeem Red out of prison. Nice.
Send me a pic. Send me a pic. And Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team. Give BGS some love.
You can't give BGS some love, man. Because they're just not. They haven't done anything, in my opinion, that warrants me giving them $1 of my money.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, their slab values. Like, if I graded this card with an SGC and a BGS, SGC's got more money.
Unless you get a BGS pristine.
Well, yeah, but I'm just talking gem mint to gem mint.
Right, gem mint to gem mint, yeah. I wish somebody else would grade booklets. Oh, that was a good one. Go back to Josh real quick.
Fanatics isn't buying CGC. If CGC is backed by BlackRock or whatever it is.
Yeah, but CGC is they're in the so many other
there's
grading.
No way.
Go back to Josh's real quick. That's an interesting there. Nobody else grades booklets but BGS.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing they got.
BGS has, that's what I'm saying. Like, BGS has all the infrastructure in place for Fanatics to come in and say, we're here. I did. You know what the problem is with that? I'm not sick anymore.
Oh yeah. You got some rose in your cheeks now?
I got some sleep. I can breathe again.
You were on death.
It's been a rough week, man. So plus I shaved, I showered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, so we got 48 people in the room right now.
Wow.
I think now would be a good time to do our
Since September. Giveaway. Holy shit, Stuke.
Yeah, there's something there. There's something weird there. Yeah. So Stu, if you've been waiting that long, I would definitely start emailing them for sure.
Yeah, BGS did nothing during the pandemic other than just continue to nosedive.
Well, they were doing like all these bonehead things.
Bomber in World War II flying through Nazi Germany trying to bomb that shit and just taking fucking shots.
Oh, hey, Templebird, that's a good comment. SGC will become for PSA what BVG was supposed to be for BGS.
Oh. Yeah, but then but see, I don't think so, because SGC is a legitimate grade. That BVG crap, it's like, yeah, whatever. I don't even want to get into that.
No, BVC, right? Was it Beckett value?
No, there's BVG for vintage, and then there was BCCG, which was Beckett Collectors Club, which was like a once over. You know what I mean? Like the guy with one eye.
And then they had the other one that was the raw card review or something like that. Yeah, that was all. Just on the serious side, I think I've done great.
Lon, so here you go, Lon. Like, so this is something like, all right. I disagree, Lon. I was gonna go. I had this quote, and this is the way I was going. But I think there's so many cards right now that you can get pretty cheap if you look and do some homework, that you could buy from like that $5 to $10 to $20 range, right? And that are in a like $50 or more in a PSA 10. If you buy 5, 6 of those, whatever, I don't know, whatever your budget is, right? And send them off and you hit a couple 10, dude, you're doing all right. So I'm kind of rethinking what I'm doing here on the fly again, but it's all good. It's all good.
That's the beauty of what we do, though.
Yeah, tag is the other one. They're expensive too. They're expensive, and it's tough to pay. Like, my thing is this: I'm grading for either like the set registry for my sets. Where did I do with those cards? I put them away.
That's another thing, dude. Is I started messing with that set registry on PSA's website.
Yeah,
dude, that thing's freaking.
Or
man, I love it.
Or I'm selling to either authenticate or grade something that is going to either increase the value, whatever. If I spend the money with tag, while I agree with everything they're doing, it's not going to get me anywhere. I'm just better off selling it right now raw. So there's no, you know what I mean? There's no point to that. Right
That's
now
where I'm at right
me.
now, dude. There's no point in me grading with anybody but PSA right now.
Right.
Because it's either I'm either trying to make money off of grading it, or I'm trying to add it to my registry.
Yeah, but so the argument here, this is an argument I would make, Gary. Why would they spend the cash to have their tech department set up a registry? It's not like it's just, click a couple buttons and then off you go, man. It's a labor intensive thing. So why is Nat going to spend hours paying people to set up a registry for SGC?
What if they just merge it with the registry they got now?
They could.
What if they started allowing you to put in?
They could do a universal.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't even have to be universal.
If they did a universal, that would be the only way
that would
save
be
SGC.
Yes.
Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not the only way, but that to me immediately raises the value of SGC slabs.
I agree.
You can add 100%
them
to the registry. Now, the flip side of that is your boys out there that have had set registries for years and are like the number one guy and this and that.
They're gonna be
rip shit.
They're gonna be pissed.
Yeah. So like you gotta be careful. You gotta set up like those guys, you gotta like leave them over here, and then you start a whole new thing.
Why? Why would you do that? I would be interesting, Mike Moynihan. I would be interesting in
value, but then here's the other thing, Broheim. Like your set registry slabs, they have weights to them based on grades and pop and this and that. You're not gonna value an SGC card more than a PSA card.
Why not? It's part of the same umbrella now.
Dude, think about it. Think about how wild
that statement right there is the main reason why I say that SGC is not sticking around past 2020.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because think about this. I don't have any examples. Hang on. Yeah, I do.
So there's 47 people in here right now. If you haven't already hit the like button on this stream, please do so. It helps out quite a bit, and we really appreciate it. So,
all right. This is completely kind of like not a good thing, but whatever. SGC slab, right? Juan Soto, whatever. God damn it. Whatever.
Yeah, you got your thing. Yeah. Same card.
Frank Thomas, PSA, right? 10.
Yeah.
This is a 10. You got to trust me. Stupid blur. There you go. 10.
Yeah.
If I send this in, and let's say this was an SGC 10 and it was the Frank Thomas of that card I just showed you.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm a PSA guy and all of a sudden this is now the same weight in the registry as this, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could, but why would you be losing your mind though?
Losing my mind. Because I've spent all that money. Again, it's like going back to that brand loyalty. Are you a Nike guy? Are you a Reebok guy? Are you you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You've spent all that. Now the new kid on the block is going to come in and be the same. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Omar, that we're forgetting. Every time we bring up a point, they own the whole goddamn space now. They can do whatever the hell they want.
That's my point. Yeah. They don't care. They don't care. That. So why was that's what I'm saying. They own it all now. So why would they keep it?
Dude, I don't know.
Why would they keep it around? Cannibalize it. Take all the parts and use the things that you need and throw away the things that you don't. That's the reason why these people buy these companies. When part of what my company was doing when I was in oil and gas was merger and acquisitions. They were buying up anybody that had some slight IP that they liked, and they were just throwing away the rest. They were selling it off for pennies on the dollar and keeping the things that they wanted, selling off the things that they didn't want, and then it was done.
Dude, great song, by the way. I'd play that, but we'd get demonetized.
Yeah.
Johnny, I haven't picked up any more stars other than the last ones I showed. So I've been looking at to be sidetracked for a second. I've been looking at the Hakeem, I've been looking at the Barkley, I've been looking at the Stockton. So I get some stuff going on there too. Yep. Yep.
Hakeem star card. Shout out to my guy Ty who sent this to me.
Yep. Yep. All right, let's do the giveaway. There's 45 people in here. Let's do the giveaway.
So,
you ready?
Yeah, we have to do. So you and I have a private chat on this.
Yep.
So you're gonna give out a you're gonna give a trivia question, and then in the private chat, I need a 1-word answer.
Yep.
And then in the chat, if you know the answer to this, then you have to write hashtag the answer. And then I'm going to put that answer in this randomizer over here. And if you got the right answer, it's going to throw you into this giveaway. If you didn't get the right answer, it's not throwing you into this giveaway.
Okay. You ready?
And remind us again what we're doing. 2023
Top Chrome Black Baseball Hobby Box.
Hobby box that's being given away.
The answer has to be hashtag and then the answer.
It has to be hashtag in the answer. So in the private chat, JD, between you and I, write me that answer.
Yep.
And then I'm going to throw it up here in the giveaway. All right. So
all right. Here's the question.
The answer is a first name and a last name. When you write it in the chat, write it together, no space. Write it together, no space. All right. So ask the question.
At the beginning of this live stream, I said I sent a specific card to SGC as the first card I sent to get graded.
Oof.
What was that player's name?
All right, go ahead and enter your answer in the chat. It's going to be hashtag first name, last name, no spaces.
Nope.
Man, that might be an interesting one. We might not have any winners on this.
Nah, these guys are all. Oh, there we go. Someone paid attention. We might just have one winner.
We might.
How long do we leave this up for? Like
just a few minutes.
All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing I want to talk about. How much more innovation do you think is coming in the hobby this year? Let's just talk this year. Like, do you think this industry, this space, this collector, whatever verse that we live in and hang out and talk with and blah, blah, blah. Do you think there's room for some more innovation?
So we'll do the giveaway.
I don't know. What?
Yeah. I'm with you.
You know,
I'm with you. Let's do this.
It seems like everything anybody tries is immediately just shit on.
Yeah, but I think that's more of a generational thing, and we'll get into that here in a second.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this giveaway. If you haven't already put your name in, sorry.
Time's up. Correct answer was Anthony Davis.
So we had 6 people that actually got the answer right, and they will randomly select one of them to get the 2025 box 2023
Cram Liquor.
Cram Liquor.
Cram Liquor.
Send me a DM on Instagram with your information, and I will pass that on to our guy Zach from Key City Sports Cards.
Yeah, Key City Cards. Key City Cards.
Yep, he'll send that on to you guys. We thank you guys so much.
Nice. Hopefully Cram is a real human. And
he is. He just hit us. Nice. Good job, Cram.
Yeah, Cram, you won, bro. So message Omar on Instagram.
Yeah, send me a DM on Instagram.
God, do it now so you don't forget.
Yeah.
Send us
Yeah.
all of your information, your name, your address.
Here's my Instagram. Here's my Instagram right here, Cram.
Account number, routing number,
Social
your
Security. Don't forget that
picture,
too.
your ID, everything.
Yeah.
Do
Blood
it
type,
now.
all that.
What are you eating?
Oh, dude.
Olives?
The greatest olives in the world. Jalapeno stuffed olives.
All right, that's cool. I hate olives, but I thought you were just like eating relish at first. I was like, damn, you are a gangster.
No, dude. These are the best.
Right.
I'll eat the hell out of some. Or just
are you one of those guys that goes into the gas station and buys those peppers on the counter, like the stuffed cherry peppers?
Shit, no, I don't buy anything from I'm a Whole Foods guy.
Neither. You're a what?
Whole Foods.
Oh, you're one of the beautiful people. All right. I see what you are.
Unless it's like beef and stuff.
Trying to be like my camera and like make yourself all like, you know what I mean? Make your insides all pretty. Shit.
But yeah. No, so innovation. I think the one big thing that can happen innovation-wise is going to be in collection management and marketplaces, right? I mean, Arena, I think, we talk about them a lot. They're partners of ours, great guys over there. And they've been doing a lot of really cool stuff with the way that you can add cards to your collection, with the way that you can store your collection, and then also buy, sell, and trade your collection. I think they were one of the first to really bring some clear-cut innovation to that side of the hobby, which is, being able to take your cards, buy them, sell them, move them, all that stuff. And then the other thing that I really liked about what they did is the trade aspect and all that stuff. I talk about it at nauseum. And so I think it's that's, to me, if there's going to be any innovation, any more innovation coming into our space, it needs to be that. Mascot is another one that came in with some serious innovation in the collection management, or more really towards inventory management. If you sell a lot on eBay, right, instead of listing things on 4 or 5 different places, you upload it on the Mascot, you link up all your accounts, you put it in one place, it sends it out to all these other marketplaces, and then you can manage your inventory if you're a seller, if you're like really into selling. So innovation as far as those two spaces, or just that space in general, which is, if you're a collector, it's managing your collection, or if you're a dealer, seller, it's managing your inventory, right? And being able to manage.
And I think like you hit the nail on the head, man, with like Mascot. I actually mentioned this in my video that I did yesterday on like my sales data from the month of February.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, and I gotta reach out to them or maybe just pay attention a little bit more. But I noticed, like, if you just list and don't change some settings around, like if you allow best offer, it sets like the minimum offer the same as the listing price. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah. So I don't know there, and I got to get better at, one thing. Let's talk about this for a second, because I kind of want to talk about this with a lot of people. Well, I mean, there's a good amount of people.
46 people in here. If you haven't already hit the like button, please
hit the like button. If you're on my stream, hit the like button. If you're in Omar's, hit the thumbs down. So I changed. I have no pants on.
J-Lo.
I sold last month, and I'm not like a massive like dealer. Sold 118 cards, I believe it was, on eBay.
Jesus, you're an animal.
Two on my card post, none via my slabs, and 3 on Arena Club.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
so here's the thing. Right. I mean, but I don't even get like offers. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't get offers where?
So on any of the things.
On any of the other ones.
Like Arena Club, I will say, the other night, was it last week when we were doing, my prices were too high. I went through, jacked my prices down, sold 3 cards, whatever. Right. Nothing crazy. But my card post, everything is automatically like set to offers. I don't even get offers. You know what I mean? Like,
that's interesting.
I don't like, and that's like my hope is that I really like what my card post is doing. And they just hit like a pretty cool milestone, like $50,000 in fees saved since they've launched. Which is, think about that, dude. That's a
That's a
lot of
lot.
money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you gotta like people gotta get active. You know, if you see a card
what is the majority of what they move there though?
hockey,
Really?
but it's gotten I would say this. I think I might be a little outdated in that comment, but it's still very hockey heavy. It's gotten better with the variety. But again, I still think like because of the trade option,
Yeah.
and you can mark your cards not for trade, but I think there's a lot of people trying to like finagle trades and then taking that over to eBay or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I would rather see it where I'm keeping more money in my pocket. It's great.
Right.
But how do I account for 118 versus 2?
Yeah. Right. But I mean, you're talking about I mean, you're talking about eBay, which is a global marketplace, right? I mean, it's like that's like trying to compare, FCG to PSA, in terms of
Right.
what's happening there, right? I mean,
Right.
everybody knows that if you want to buy anything, you go to eBay and you can find it cheap. And eBay, look, props to them. They saw the boom and invested heavily in catering to collectors and being able to sell easily on they started vaulting and they started doing all these things that were they were going to bring a lot of people over to eBay, right? I mean, they took their biggest competitor, which was PWCC, off of eBay, and they're like, yeah, get out of here, dude. We're gonna
Well, that's because they were starting their own shit. Like
of course, but what I'm saying is that like that's that's the level of competition that they were looking at, right? Is like PWCC was like their biggest their biggest customer, but then also at the same time they're like, hey, we're not doing this, buddy. If you're sitting here trying to start the same thing we're starting for sports cards, like, you can get out of here. But
yeah, Gary, hockey's been pretty good for me too for a little while now. Yeah, I agree, Josh. I agree. That's the sweet spot. Omar and I have said that all along. $5. If they were at $5, I'd send more cards over there, and it should be like a 10 card minimum. None of this like $20 20 card crap. Just you got to get people on there. 10 cards.
Well, so yes, to grade and vault, yes, but remember, graded cards are free. If you have graded cards, send them over there.
Yeah,
it's free.
You can. Yeah, and I will say that marketplace that marketplace is pretty damn lively.
Phenomenal.
My card post is active too. I just again like the one I kind of am like scratching my head on is my slabs. I did all right last month on my slabs. Probably like my best month ever there, and it was like $500 in sales. I just have never really had good luck on my slabs, and I don't know why. eBay seems to be, my honey hole, but I have a little hard time selling my graded cards on eBay. What doing wrong? Next move? What place on eBay? Yeah, so I mean, it depends on like what are you selling?
Depends on what
Jason,
you're selling,
you can
how much.
message me. You can message me on Instagram, dude. I'm happy to talk to you and help you out. The biggest thing with eBay, man, I found you got to promote your cards a little bit. You gotta just a little bit. I promote every card raw or graded 2.5%. I found I used to do 5. That was too much, but it certainly generated a lot of sales. Then I dropped down to like nothing. Then I went to 3, and then I cut it back to 2.5. And that's okay. Like I look at it as if I'm trying to make some extra cash every month by selling cards, I actually need to sell the cards. So I gotta give somewhere, right?
Right.
And again, what eBay offers that the other guys don't right now and will forever, sort of like PSA with the resale value, is eyeballs. They are the largest marketplace from your friggin' office chair in the world. You don't have to get up. You don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? You can sit right in your house, eat some chips, take some scans, do your thing, blah, 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 and off you go. You know what I mean? And if you're a lazy bastard, you probably have some dictation program and it's auto filling in your crap anyway, so you can keep eating Doritos. But like you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it all depends too, because eBay is can be a finical biatch with people messaging you and whatnot. You know, everybody gets those. You know what I've gotten recently, which is comical.
Dude, I've gotten ridiculously low ball offers, man.
Not even low balls. I list all my raw cards. I don't care if it's fresh from the pack. I list every single raw card in excellent condition, unless it's like a vintage card that was, you know, in World War II. But every single card is listed in excellent condition because there's something wrong with that card. I'm not a grader. I'm not assigning a grade to it. I'm selling you a raw card. I take good pictures. And then here's the thing. eBay automatically gives you that zoom feature. So you can scroll around the image and zoom in. Guy just left me on a $1.25 Chipper Jones card that the edges were chopped up. Bro, I listed it in excellent, and you can zoom in and clearly see that the card had edges that were like screwed up. Clearly you didn't do that. You know what I mean? On that $1.25 Chipper, knock it off. Knock it off. You know what I mean? Like,
this is what you're getting, dude. You already saw, you know what I mean? Like
$1.25, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if it was $1,025 and you were like, you know what I mean? But you clearly didn't scrutinize over the pictures. You clearly didn't read the listing.
Buyer beware at some point, right? I mean, it's like, what are we doing here?
$1.25. Huge fan of Arena Marketplace. I am too, Kevin. I really like it. They've done it like a well-designed marketplace. It's very easy. I like how they've integrated us. It's mindless.
Yeah,
you know,
it really is.
One thing I will say, innovation wise, where we need to get better with these companies when we integrate on their sites, is making sure when we're talking to each other via APIs, they're talking properly, because there are cards that don't have data that I know there's data for. So like, there's what's the hang? Where's that missing? Right?
Where's the hold up? Yeah.
300 graded cards to where? Josh, I don't
probably
know.
To Arena.
To Arena?
Yeah, probably Arena. Okay. Yeah.
Josh, you and I have probably done some deals. The Josh B looks familiar.
Yeah, I think I've done some deals with him too.
Football and basketball. Jason, I sell basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer. I sell pretty much all sports.
I've had a good look using DC Sports.
Yeah, so I just do it myself because it's something to do.
What happens with BGS? Will they be bought or will
I don't know. I'm throwing $20 on Fanatics buys them, John. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, because it's IP, right? I mean, they're buying them for IP at that point.
Yeah.
And then they can honestly do, if you think about it, Fanatics could do a lot of stuff with the Beckett name, right?
Yeah,
they could resurrect the Beckett, the Beckett magazine, right? Like really make that interesting. Yeah, they could do a lot of stuff.
There's a lot you could do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, message me on Instagram at where's my Instagram? I don't even know what it is.
Well, no, you got to take off the comment and then the name will pop up.
Yeah. There's my Instagram right there. Just message me on Instagram. I'm going to go to bed soon, though, so if I don't respond to you tonight, I'll get to you tomorrow.
Michael Stone says, I heard BGS is almost impossible to buy based on how the company's set up.
It could be. Could be, Mike.
I got some ironclad contracts.
Yeah, Chris, certainly buying raw is certainly cheaper. But you can get some pretty good deals on PSA 9s and 8s.
Oh, yeah.
Crack them out. And they could probably, a lot of times they're cheaper than the raw. So,
which is always interesting to me, man.
PSA 10s did. So I saw a good clip from that dude Teapot with Market Movers.
Oh, I love Teapot. Shout out Teapot.
He had a really good point. He did a video the other day, or a clip, or a short, or something, where like the PSA 10 Jordan, which by the way was lose, which sold for 216,000. Then the SGC 10 was like 67 grand. The BGS 95 was like, I don't know, whatever.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, is the PSA 10 really that like really? I guess it is, man. Like,
and then here's the thing, right? We'll tie back to the beginning of the episode. We were talking about a company like AGS who's completely robo grading, right?
Yeah, send
crack all three of those out.
Yeah, send them in the AGS.
Send them and see what, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. what is a robotic thing say about each one of those cards?
Yep. AGS,
I mean, they have that thing on their site where they crack that CSG 9 and they got a AGS 10 or whatever, for whatever that's worth. I mean, I don't know what that is, but
yeah, I mean, again, the 9 yep. Yeah, you know what? And there's nothing wrong with the PSA 9. You know?
Yeah, so I was doing a bit of research the other day on PSA 9s and cracking and resubbing and getting, I think it was like a 60% of the 9s that go in for regrading come back 10s.
Yeah. Where was that?
That's pretty freaking good. I watched maybe like about a dozen videos where people did this, and I actually on a fucking tally book was like tallying them up, and the average was about 62%. I watched like maybe about a dozen videos, a total of like 112 cards total that were sent, and you know, stuff, and it's about 62%.
Bad, man. So
then I started reading a bunch of forums on on Breakout, on the Breakout forums, on Blowout. Yeah, sorry, Blowout. And a lot of people were saying, yeah, it's about half of them come back 10.
Dude, if you put a 9 and a 10 next to each other,
you know what I mean? It's like,
what are we doing? I remember I don't remember the $5 slab, but that Anthony Davis I sent in to get graded was, I believe, $7. Which was, thinking back 4 short years ago, man, I'd be sending in every card I have right now.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, for sure. Talk to
all right, so hey, you Michael Stone, do you know Jay? That's where Jay Wilson lives.
Shipshawana.
Shipshawana. That's like, you ever watch Home Alone? You know, in like the first one where they hop in the polka band. That's like up that area.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Where they rented a U-Haul.
Yeah. So I think if you look, like, if you were to hop on Card Hedge and start looking around at cards, the disparity between the 9 and the 10, price-wise, PSA 9 versus PSA 10 is back to what it used to be back in the. It's already reverted, and I think there's some good buys of buying 9s if that's your thing, and cracking them and sending them in and get a 10.
Yep, I'm actually gonna try to do a bit of an experiment on that. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So, Mike, I've got a Juan Soto Montgomery Club rookie card in an SGC 9.5, and it's actually going for less than the PSA 9 by $40, which pisses me off.
SGC 9.5s are a great buy.
And I'm gonna crack it and send it to PSA and probably get a 10 and make a lot of money. So whatever. But there are some great buys out there. There's a lot of great buys. Like, if you're looking to make a couple bucks and you have a little bit of time and put a little thought into it, you can do all right.
I agree.
Yeah. The bigger Blackstone is, I believe, bigger than Fanatics. Could be wrong.
Oh yeah. Shit, Blackstone might own a chunk of Fanatics.
Yeah, Mike, he lives in Ohio too. Where? I don't know. I don't even know if he's still on. Negatron, you still on here? Because PSA, that's how they keep their premium on their 10s, bro.
Did they ever have a 9.5?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think
they stopped.
They have an 8.5, correct? Yeah.
They have half grades all the way up to 9, and then they stop. And that's how they create genius, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's how they create that premium on that 10.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. Total.
Yeah.
Chris, you're spot on. Cash grab.
Yeah. And that's actually, if you think about it, dude, that's actually probably the reason for the high disparity between a 9 and a 10. There's no 9.5.
Well, correct, but also when they built the set registry and then started that whole thing, that created that whole, you know what I mean? So
the demand, they needed
like
it.
when they were built. Listen, hats off to PSA collectors, whatever. When they were building this crap, they thought of every way to make money. You know what I mean?
They know what they're doing.
But anyway, all right, man. Listen, we've been on here for an hour and a half.
Yeah, dude, it's been great.
We
got all the way up to 52 people. So
yeah,
that was awesome.
Thank you everybody for watching tonight. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so.
Yep.
We'll
be back next Sunday.
Yep.
Same bat channel.
Same bat channel. Same whatever.
Yeah.
So
all right. We'll be back next week. You got a bunch of videos coming out.
I'll definitely have some pickups to share. So we'll
the people are spoken. They need to see that.
And get us on Instagram, boys. Get us on Twitter or X, whatever it is. Join our Reddit. It's a Card Hedge Reddit. Hop on that.
Right.
Check it out. You know what I mean? Omar and I have we slacked a little bit on Reddit, but
a little bit.
I like it because I get a little more thought in some of the posts and whatnot.
Right.
So anyway, it's at r//Card Hedge. Hop on there, check us out, join the party, and let's keep this party started, or keep this party going. Not started. I'm going to bed, so whatever.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll catch you guys next week. In the meantime, don't forget to go to JD's channel, my channel if you haven't already, and subscribe. And we'll catch y'all next Sunday. All right, guys. Peace.
Later.